moving to our next speaker. Next talk is entitled New Horizons of Museum Experience Between Physical and Digital by Stefania Palmieri, Mario Bisson, Giuseppe Rubino, and Alessandro Ianniello. I don't know if...
Hello, everyone. Hi. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I share the screen.
I'm sorry, I can't see your name. You are...
Giuseppe Rubino.
Giuseppe. Very well. Giuseppe, go ahead.
Okay, it worked.
We are seeing your screen. Okay, it's perfect.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Giuseppe Rubino, a designer at the Politecnico di Milano. Today, I will present the article New Horizons of Museum Experiences Between Physical and Digital, dealing with the new design possibilities in the museum field given by the latest technologies. The definition of museum. Let us begin by defining the design context. Museums represent a collection of ancient and modern knowledge that must be protected, disseminated, and transmitted in the best possible way. In recent years, the development of digital technology and digital fabrication is evolving the concept of the museum, catalyzing all the resources towards the generation of outputs that can be enjoyed by an ever wider public. The design approach. But how is all this complexity returned to the public in terms of discovery, fruition, and more broadly experience? This is where design comes in. The reference context, that of museum, is subject to innovation due, as explained before, to digital fabrication. If innovation, in addition to being driven by digital fabrication, were also driven by design approaches, multiple outputs will be generated, online and on-site, encapsulated by the concept of museum digitalization. Design is a foundational element within museum realities and services. The application nuance of this discipline that embrace the concept of social inclusion is design for all. The management and understanding of the complexity of the new technology through design activates a series of strategies that aim to enhancing cultural participation, strengthen and innovate ways of involving the public, and design methodologies and tools for accessibility and inclusion of people. Digital fabrication is a design and production process in which tangible outputs are generated from digital files. These tools, in addition to their scientific and academic value, can be a valuable teaching aid within the workshops that museums offer and enable new learning experiences for even widening audience. The result, this innovation allows the generation of workshops, educational laboratories, and much more. As seen above, one of the first environments to undergo transformation are the research and restoration sections of museums. Also, educational workshop, because a museum, like the school, is one of the driving forces behind the cultural and moral growth of society. So it's necessary to bring these two words together as active and irreplaceable element for positive individual growth. The educational workshop in the museum is the place where knowledge of cultural heritage and creative experimentation are combined. The most classic prohibition in a museum is don't touch. Yet today, digital fabrication has redefined this concept. In fact, through faithful 3D reproduction of the artifact, it's possible to actually touch the artifact within tactile roots that must always be present in order to enable all groups to discover the artifact. To date, various museums with a view to design and digital fabrication have redefined and renewed the offer of spaces, services, and experiences. An example of application comes from MUS in Trento with the Extrilon project launched in 2018. Extrilon has enabled the realization of several physical replicas in full size and aims to produce others on the larger scale in order to allow the visibility of millimetric details, making the activity available also to the blind people. In the light of this analysis, digital technology lay the foundation for rethinking the concept of the museum as an institution. Digital technology thus becomes a means of making culture accessible, both on-site and online. Without forgetting that museums must remain the place where the user enters into an intimate and direct connection with the object preserved. There is no doubt that the application of digital technology is progressively expanding the potential of all the fundamental activities that characterize museums. The new design context aims to generate inclusive online and on-site services. This new application scenario, outlined by an increasing integration between the virtual and the real world, provides museums with tools that, if exploited in the right way, can expand the user base and benefit the social community itself. Thanks you for your attention.
Okay. Thank you, Giuseppe. Now you can stop sharing. Okay, great. It was a very interesting talk regarding museums experience and experience designer. Does anyone has any question to Giuseppe? Questions? Anyone? No questions from the audience? I think I was just wondering, Giuseppe, the possibilities provided by technology innovation in museums contexts are huge, as well as in the design approach toward creating accessible experiences. But have you also considered not only the digital fabrication of products so that people can interact with them, but have you also considered the impact of more multimedia ways of interacting, like virtual reality, augmented reality, or expanded realities, as we actually at the moment are discussing?
Yes, yes, of course. In this technology can push the museums to new scenarios where there are a lot of project and field of project. So there are a lot of places in Italy, for example, there aren't accessible for a lot of people, a lot of groups of users. So I think it's necessary that the technology have to catalyze with the design guide all of this complexity with a new way of museum fruition.
Okay, great. So thank you, Giuseppe, once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.